So now we've got to solve this room. I loved your objection last time.
Yeah, the weird thing though is, Snake wouldn't have went in there on his own because he knew he couldn't do it. So if something happens, he was tricked or something. Or that's not Snake's body because they said you can't see his face. It could be a separate corpse dressed like Snake, and Snake is in that coffin.
Ooh, interesting.
Banging away.
Very interesting.
Then who did that? It'd have to be the game master, which would also mean the game master is either a player here or somehow able to get in.
Wait, so are you saying the master or whatever,
or like someone working for him,
is capable of opening a door by themselves?
That or someone working for him.
Because remember, you'd need at minimum 2 other people.
But yeah, realistically, if the game master could probably do it, so if he wanted his, let's say, worker to do stuff, he could probably do stuff to let that worker go in and out safely without anyone noticing.
Oh, so you think the game master can just like override? Interesting.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, that's fair. Just thought I'd ask.
There's one toilet with a seat up.
Yeah, very important. Very astute. Do you want to go straight to that toilet then, or?
I know.
Alright, let's see if anything happens when I turn you... Nope, nothing. Not even a drop. Is the pipe clogged? Those letters written in blood. LLR. Do you think that might be some sort of dying message from Snake? No, that's impossible. You saw the body. You aren't doing anything after something like that happens to you. And this, the way the blood's dried tells you it's real old. Whosever blood this is, it ain't Snake's. And you're saying this blood was put here a long time ago? Yeah. I do like, though, that your first instinct before was, is it his dying message? And you're like, no, it can't be. Like, Junpei was going through that process. A bucket.
It's a tin bucket. Hey, Jumpy. Do you remember back in elementary school when you spilled all of our paint across the whole classroom? They made you clean it up and all they gave you was a sponge in a bucket? Like this.
Hey, come on now. Can't we just leave the past in the past?
The rabbit hutch.
Oh, I didn't realize it was just simply looking at the broom that caused the story. Okay, this is an important story to pay
This
attention to.
reminded me of it. The rabbit hutch, I mean.
How did I remind you of something like that?
Jumpy and the broom. You're always playing around with the broom in front of the rabbit hutch.
Oh, before we go on further, actually, I don't know if this is specifically a Japanese thing or not, but so like you see it in a lot of like Japanese media.
Oh, with the rabbits in school, they'll have rabbits and stuff, like elementary schools, yeah?
Yeah, and it's to do with like teaching the kids responsibility
Yeah.
for taking care of the rabbits.
I know in America, some young kids in classrooms, they'd have a class pet.
Yeah.
Like, and it would be a fish or a hamster.
Yeah.
And I do know, like, kids would take turns. We don't have anything like that over here in Ireland, but I know, like, in America and maybe other countries as well. Probably not every school.
But like having a full-on rabbit hutch is like quite a
But I
like,
think
big.
most of the kids, it wouldn't be just one class. It'd probably be a few classes taking care of it, and they'd
Yeah.
probably swap responsibilities. So I'd say it's a lot of people, and I say the adults to also kind of pop in and check on it. So
Yeah, but so that's from what I gathered from media is to teach the kids responsibility.
that's the same for the class pet in other schools in other countries.
Although it is
as
more
well.
basic than like taking care of a fish or a hamster.
A hamster would be harder than a fish.
Well, yes, but also taking care of like a single or 2 hamsters isn't
It would
anything
normally
compared
be
to
one.
a big rabbit hutch.
It would normally be one, and like kids, I think that over the weekend, kids get assigned to take it home for the weekend and take care of it for the weekend and stuff, and it
Yeah.
rotates.
So
And I don't know what happens to them during the summer.
oh yeah, that's a good
I wonder
question.
if just the teacher take it in the summer. I'm not sure.
But point is, anyway, that's so. Just for any folks who might not be familiar with that, I've gathered that that's the deal with rabbit hutches in Japan at schools. Like it's like that is a thing. But anyway, let's get going.
Don't you remember? You mean, you don't remember that summer either?
Of course I remember. How could I forget something like that? It was terrible.
They were in the 6th grade. Junpei and June had been assigned to take care of the classroom pets, the rabbits. Their chief duty was to clean the hutches every morning. On the final day of school before summer vacation began, Junpei overslept. He rushed to school and found June standing in front of the rabbit hutches. No sooner had Junpei arrived than June began to cry. He had no idea why until he looked behind her, into the rabbit hutch. The first thing he saw was blood. The hutch was filled with the dead bodies of the rabbits.
Did June kill the rabbits?
Interesting theory.
I think she's a psychopath.
Even after their teachers and friends came to see what the commotion was, June couldn't stop crying.
I just kept crying and crying until you came over.
Because it said she started crying when she saw him.
Ah, interesting.
That if she would have already been crying by the time it got there. Like, she wouldn't have started crying just at his appearance.
Interesting.
You held my hand, and you looked very serious, and you said, "Don't cry. I'm gonna catch the person who did this." After you told me that, I finally stopped crying.
Well, the real fun started after you quit crying. You told me we were gonna catch the killer together.
June smiled, and a little of the flush of life returned to her cheeks.
Yeah, because the killer was clearly June. I convinced June was the killer.
Then we decided that we'd ambush them.
Yeah, I remember.
The school also kept roosters and guinea pigs. Junpei and June had decided the murderer would likely return to finish off the rest of the animals. They would ambush the killer at night. Junpei and June hid behind a hutch at dusk and waited. It was a warm summer night. The quiet sound of crickets whispered through the air. As the sun went down, the stars began to wink at them from the sky. And June's, Akane Kuroshiki's face. That night was something Junpei knew he would never forget, as long as he lived.
But the murderer never showed up. We waited
Yeah,
for them
because the
all
murderer
summer
was
vacation,
June.
and they never showed up.
Yeah, but the animals didn't get attacked either. I think all that work amounted to something, you know?
He'd felt the same way, but it was good to hear her say that.
Although, you know, if you think about it, we were probably taking on a lot more than we could handle.
What do you mean?
She looked up at him, confused.
Oh, come on, we were just kids. If whoever killed the rabbits had actually showed up, they probably would have had a knife or something. I mean, you must have been pretty worried, right?
I wasn't worried because you were there with me.
No, June, because you were the killer. I'm convinced she's the secret psychopath.
Oh, poor girl. She blushed furiously.
Well, you know, no one else wanted to take care of the animals.
Clearly embarrassed, she tried desperately to change the subject.
I was the only one who asked to do it at first.
Yeah, well, boys don't really want to bother with taking care of animals, you know?
Well, yeah, but you asked to do it after I did, didn't you?
Oh.
If it wasn't the rabbits, they were going to make me do something else. You know how that school was. I figured it'd be better if I was working with somebody who wasn't too much of a loudmouth, right?
Haha.
Who wasn't going to tell on me if I felt like blowing it
Smooth
off.
move, Junpei. You think it wasn't just because of the
That's why I
fact
volunteered?
that June was the one doing it.
Yeah, it is.
He nodded quickly and much too earnestly, and then quickly looked away at something very important.
Really?
Of course.
See, since the rabbit story is important, it means that June's a psychopath.
That hadn't been the reason, of course. He had asked to take care of the rabbit so that he could be near June. It had been so long ago, he couldn't bring himself to tell her how he'd felt back then. It would be embarrassing. He took a quick breath to clear his head, tossed the broom up, and then snatched it out of the air.
Well, we don't really have time to be walking down memory lane like this, you know? We've got to figure out a way out of this room. Otherwise...
Yes. I'm gonna look over there.
June nodded curtly, then turned and walked
I
away.
should get back to it myself. Ah, that's right. The pool of blood.
Junpei turned around and looked at the room, at Snake's body. Chunks of flesh and organs still lay on the floor.
Going on and on about old times right next to a corpse? What were we doing? Well, maybe it was because we're in this mess.
Despite such a situation, or perhaps because of it, the mind turned to the farthest thing from death that it could find. Still, Junpei couldn't help but feel a twinge of guilt at wanting so desperately to live when Snake lay dead before him.
I have to survive. No matter the cost, I need to make sure she gets out too.
As he stared at the clumps of blackened flesh, all Junpei could think of was how much he wanted to live. Oh, yeah, that's it. I think we do go back to that story eventually. So that's why I said it's important, you see. What are you doing with the broom? Oh, that's it. A thick pipe that stretches across the floor. Oh, eagle-eyed. Very good, very good. A wooden box. There's something in here. Luminol. Now, do you know what luminol is?
Is that like... Can't you start fires with that? Or something? Or...
I'm not familiar with that use. I mean, I'm not saying that you couldn't.
No, it's a cleaning thing anyway. So it's like...
Well, this is kind of the opposite of cleaning, if you know what I mean. But I think they're going to explain it. What the hell is this thing? Some kind of spray bottle? There's something written on it. Lumen... Can't read anything else. The label's all faded. Let me see that. He just grabbed it from him. That wasn't very nice. Oh, this is luminol. You know, forensics guys use it at crime scenes. Oh yeah, that's stuff that glows blue when you spray it on blood. Even if the blood's been wiped off, it'll still glow. Like, you're familiar with that, right?
Yeah.
And look, we got toilet paper.
And it has marks on it. Okay.
It does. It's toilet paper with some kind of red symbols on it. I think maybe that's a Cytale cipher. Cytale cipher? What the hell is that? You wrap a piece of paper around a stick and then write several sentences on it so that the whole paper is filled up. Then you unwrap the paper and you can't tell what the original message was, right? That's how it works, more or less. Then to decipher it, you gotta have a stick that's the same diameter as the original one. Same diameter as the original one, huh?
Broom?
Yeah. Then you just wrap the red paper around that stick and you can read the code. Well, if we're gonna use the broom, we probably want to find the other part first, right?
Yeah.
The shelf. There's some toilet paper and a wooden box on it. A stack of toilet paper. Oh. The dividing wall that separates the toilets. What do you think this is?
It's me!
Sorry?
That's me! June!
Oh, sorry. I thought you were saying the stain in the toilet was you, and I was like, what are you talking about?
What do you think this is?
Sorry, I get now what you mean. I was like, what are you talking about? Like, are you self-deprecating enough that you're saying that that's you in the toilet?
That looks like, the blue kind of cleaner.
Yeah, I remember when I was a kid, I'd see that in a lot of toilets. I don't
Yeah.
see that much these days, though.
You can get clearer ones now.
Yeah, that's probably
It's like
it.
a yellowy tint, but when it kind of goes down, it starts to kind of go clear.
Yeah.
We
so
can still get the blue ones, but people kind of like... I think people like ones that are like that kind of yellowy one, because then when it goes down, it fades enough that it's kind of more clear.
It looks like tar. It's kind of sticky. Did you just touch the stain, dude? How else would you know that it's sticky?
I guess.
I don't think we could just wipe it off. I don't like the idea of just sticking your hand in a toilet.
No.
Even if it, you know...
Oh, this is disgusting, actually. So, it wasn't me that... So, the other day at work, when the receptionist goes on lunch break, I have to cover the reception desk.
Yeah.
And the nurse was in that day, and she had a woman in, and her son was translating for her because the woman that's a new employee doesn't speak English.
Okay.
And her son does. So I remember they came out, and then her son asked, "Could he use the bathroom?" So I said, "Yeah." So where we are, there's only like 3 offices in reception. There's like 5 people in the building, so they just have one toilet. Male and female can use it because
Okay, so
small.
it's unisex, okay?
It's just small, it's just one single toilet. And I went to use it after the receptionist came back, and I just did not. It was like he put I didn't think it was good. I knew the toilet was going to clog because it wasn't. He had toilet paper, but there was also the blue that you see in bathroom stalls in like public toilets. The blue kind of thicker paper that's like to wipe your hand.
Oh yeah, I
But
know.
you can't flush that because it's thicker and it doesn't flush. It clogs the pipes. So I went to the bathrooms that were kind of that were in a different building.
Mm-hmm.
But I said to the receptionist, like I just said it to the only people in the building at the time were me, the receptionist, and the nurse. And so I just popped in and I was like, "Hey, just your man clogged, like the toilet's gonna clog because I just said who used it last. and she went to the nurse, she went to her closet and took out, like, I told her not to do it, and she was like, I'm just gonna do it. She put on like 4 gloves, like, and she took it out. But then we know why he did it. He did it because he obviously pooped and it wasn't going down, and he used it to cover his poop.
Ugh.
I get it, she's a nurse, she's like, this is fine. And I was like, I could not do this.
I was hoping that she'd at least have a plunger or something.
We don't have a plunger, we have this scrubby brush.
Oh no.
She then used the scrubby brush afterwards. But I was like, I told her not to do it, that your man shouldn't have been stupid enough to do that. And she was like, it's fine. I say she's so used to like other stuff as a nurse.
That it didn't even faze her.
Yeah, no, she like used to work in the hospital and stuff, and then she now works for a company as a nurse. And she says it's much nicer than working in a hospital.
Well, I would hope so.
But like, I was like, disgusting, no.
Yeah, that is
like,
gross. That is very gross.
Like, that's why he did it. But okay, if he wanted to cover his poop, fine. But couldn't he use actual toilet paper?
Yeah, rather than the thicker stuff.
Because then we could just have flushed it, and it would have been fine.
Okay, that's pleasant.
Yeah, no, I just thought that's a line to me.
Yeah, okay, that's...
Disgusting story.
Interesting story. Thanks for sharing it.
It wasn't me!
I know it wasn't you! I'm just saying, okay, you know what? That's a fair story.
But yeah, if anyone does do that, please use regular toilet paper to cover your poop. And not the other kind, because that's so rude to people who have to clean it up.
Yeah, that's fair.
What about hot water?
Hot water?
If we had some really hot water, like boiling hot, then maybe that would wash it off.
Fair.
I don't think there's any water actually in the bowl.
There's some kind of water stain. It's a water tank for a toilet. I've seen a lot of OC guys try and hide a piece in something like this.
Oh.
Wait, what does OC mean?
I don't know.
Usually for 187 or something. Guess they think it's clever.
Oh,
don't know when they'll figure out everybody else thinks it's clever too.
Do you know when we were in college?
Yeah.
Do you know some people used to hide books in those?
Books?
Yeah, so they lift them up, they put the book in like plastic bags, or like, so it would be, and they put it in, and then if they go to the bathroom during the exam, they'd open it. That's why.
Oh my god.
That is actually why people have to. That's why someone had to escort people to the bathroom.
I thought you were gonna say they hid drugs in there or something.
No, books for their exams. And that's why, Joe, if you went to the bathroom, someone had to escort you.
To make sure that you weren't like taking out.
Well, it was to make sure you weren't cheating. But it was also because then they could hear you lift that.
Yeah, and of course, why would you lift that? That itself would be suspicious.
Yeah.
That's fair. I did not know that at all.
Yeah, people used to hide them in the bathroom.
Wow.
In those tanks. I'm pretty sure people hid drugs and all this stuff. So actually, I know some people hide stuff, like criminals would also hide stuff like drugs, money and stuff like that in plastic bags in their houses.
He was talking about a gun, I think.
Yeah. Criminals would also do that in their own houses, but I just thought it was kind of funny that people, college students, did it
in comedies, I've seen people hide like alcoholic drinks in there.
Yeah, I know they put them in like, and do you know there was like some guy who went to a festival in America or something, and I saw it online. He like hollowed out a sliced pan and put the bottle of alcohol in the sliced pan. So when he went through, it looked like.
There's a classic horror movie called Black Christmas. It was the first American horror movie to have the first-person view from the killer. You know, like your camera's moving around, but we're clearly looking out of the killer's eyes. But there's this old lady who's like the comedic relief in the sorority. It's at a sorority house, and she has like alcoholic beverages hidden all over the place, and she has like actually like cut out pages from a book so that she could hide her drink inside the book and everything. It's a very good movie, very clever. But
it's obviously a comedy.
No, it's not.
Oh!
She's the only comedic thing in the movie.
Oh, okay.
She's like the comedic relief.
Okay, fair.
The rest of it is like straight horror, like slasher kind of thing.
Okay.
Anyway, I mean, I know peace, but what's OC? Oh yeah, what is OC? Oh yeah, organized crime. I was thinking original character. That's what popped in my head.
Yeah.
What is that? Some kind of police slang? Huh?
OC could also be like Orange County in America.
Oh yeah, that
because
would
of the
not
TV
have...
show called the OC.
Ah, okay. Probably. Huh? What'd I say? Let's
sorry,
go sad now. It's not really important right now, guys. Let's just check it out, alright? Well, he's not wasting any time.
Oh.
A screwdriver.
It's a screwdriver. We can unscrew things with this.
Great insight,
Is there
June.
something we needed to unscrew somewhere? Also, stab people.
Oh yeah, you can do that with a screwdriver.
June, will you be stabby?
Speaking of slasher films, a lot of the final girls will grab something like a screwdriver and just like stab it in. You know what I mean by a final girl, right?
Yeah, the girl who survives till the end.
Yeah. There's some toilet paper on this shelf.
Okay, that toilet paper is obviously a no-go.
A skinny shelf with no toilet paper. There's nothing in the toilet. If there was, that would be gross.
This one has water. I don't think the other one did.
There might be something in the tank, you know. Let's open that S up. Ooh, a red key card. It's a red card. Probably a key card. Do you remember if you saw a card reader anywhere around here? Well, we haven't actually found one yet. Right now we're just checking the stalls. I already checked all 3 toilets, you know. Nothing unusual there. Okay, so that's just our way of saying those aren't important. Look, a card reader. Password is 4 digits. The red light's on Jumpy. So we've done one thing with it so far. Alright, the red card is done. You see, it went from lock to OK at the top there.
Yeah. But
we need a second card. And then we'll need to have like the 4-digit number for like how to get out, you know?
Sorry.
Huh? Looks like there's something down there on that grate. I think it's a card. Yeah, it's the blue card. Can't reach it though. It's too deep. Also, I want to point out that that's the Lotus card. Do you remember why it's the Lotus card?
No way.
Because remember, Junpei said that it's the female symbol with horns on it.
Oh yeah.
Also, speak up when you're speaking. Just
Sorry, yeah, no, I'm trying to. Kind of hoping maybe I could get it with something I had.
He's saying there it might float with water.
Okay.
There's a piece of paper tied to this pipe with a wire. Notice, drainage valve operation. Please do not flush the water in these pipes. Doing so may cause the drain to overflow. Don't mess around with that yet. We don't have
There
the
is
solution.
one toilet that has water in it.
Okay, but there's something else that we need to do. Okay. You might have forgotten. That's where we came in. I guess it's not locked, but there ain't really any point. All that's out there is the numbered door. We can't go back. We can't go back through the numbered door, even if we wanted to.
Okay.
So, look in your inventory.
This.
Yes. Now, can you think of anywhere we might want to use the luminol?
Oh, on the toilet.
No, luminol isn't like that, you know, intense or anything. So no, it wouldn't like be like a cleaning product, I don't think. Also, is luminol the one you can definitely see blood with luminol, like blood that's been wiped away. I think can you like find semen as well?
Oh, it's a yeah, I think you can.
It's a thermometer. Can you get it off?
That's me.
Oh, it's bloody hell.
Can you get it off?
No. It's screwed onto the wall. Well, we know what to do with it. There's a thermometer on the wall.
Hey, Junpei, you know why thermometers only go up to 107 degrees Fahrenheit?
Now, just to let folks know,
Oh, sorry.
Can't say I ever thought about that.
so, like, we are in Ireland.
Yeah.
Most of the world uses... it's part of the metric system, is it?
I'm not sure. I never really looked at
Degrees
the thermometer.
Celsius. I know America uses Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
I don't know if any other countries do. The point is, we don't. So he said, did he say 107? Now, as you can see, because this is a Japanese game and the Japanese use degrees Celsius, we can see.
And you also see the C for Celsius.
Yes. But we can see it goes up to 75 degrees. So I guess that must be the equivalent.
Probably.
At 107 degrees, the cells in the human body start to die, and the organs begin to shut down. The proteins in your cells start to harden. It's like when you hard-boil an egg. Even if you cool it down afterwards, it won't go back to being a raw egg. In other words, it's dead.
Can I just add something as well, which is I believe that process begins in around like the 45 degrees Celsius. Now, obviously, if you get to 75 degrees, that is going to just start outright killing you. But you
That's
will
why
begin to
thermometers don't
die.
go Past 107. There's no point.
Sorry, one begin to die.
You will begin to die at around 45 degrees Celsius because your body's just way too overheated. And that's why I think like Death Valley, doesn't Death Valley in America reach like the 50s degrees Celsius like at some point? And that's why it's called Death Valley, because your body will literally begin to shut down if you're in that temperature for like an extended period of time.
Oh yeah?
But it's pretty rare for a fever to get that high. Even viruses and stuff don't usually drive the body temperature up to 107. Of course, there are other external things that could.
Like what?
Well, let's see. Something like getting locked in a sauna, or getting thrown into an incinerator and burnt to death.
Yeah, I guess that would get a little hotter than 107 degrees Fahrenheit. All right, I got it! Huh? What's up?
Nothing. Forget about it.
What was that all about?
As you might have guessed from that, there's a deeper significance to that conversation there.
Oh, you took the thermometer off. It says open at the bottom of the
Gauge.
gauge. I wonder what it means.
Maybe when it gets that hot, something will open. Now take a look at. Now maybe that's an N, but it kind of looks almost like a H to me.
It does like an H, but I think it's supposed to be an N.
Yeah, I think
Oh, it's actually slanted.
it's
so
very slightly, like not at the top and the bottom. So it looks almost like a H. So we gotta boil this up somehow.
yeah.
Now I don't think we can do that quite yet. So now, what should we do now?
This?
No. We haven't gotten the solution to that yet. Yeah. If I can get this hot water on the thermometer, then maybe. Alright, thermometer, let's get this party started. Oh, it's just running? Yep, looks like that's doing the trick. Okay, sorry. I thought you had to do the other thing. There goes the gauge. And now it's at the open mark. Oh, it opened. What's this? What's this? What's this? No, I did that last time. Looks like there's a piece of paper in here.
957 plus.
Interesting, right? 957 plus. That means you're supposed to add something to 957, doesn't it? Well, yeah, it doesn't take a genius to figure that out. The problem is what to add.
Okay, don't do this yet.
Yeah, so basically what I'm trying to hint with the luminol is, like, is there anywhere in this room that seems like... Wait, you don't really think we're supposed to use the luminol here, do you? Yeah, it does seem kind of weird to use it here. But maybe I should try it just in case. And so now that we sprayed it... Okay, I've sprayed the luminol on the wall. What's next? Well, what do you do after you've sprayed luminol?
Turn off the light.
Yeah.
Where's the light switch?
Well, go back. You were on it. So, like, go to back to the blood, the LLR.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah. Now this is interesting, right?
LLR, L or L.
I mean, do you want to take a picture with that with your phone?
Probably.
Like for me, I'd write it down, but that's because I'm a very like traditional person in that regard. Whereas most of the hip people these days would just take a picture of it with their phone. Okay, so having done that now, do you have any ideas what we're meant to do with those letters?
Just turn the light back. Oh, should I keep the light off to see what the place looks like?
I don't think it's going to make that much difference
No,
elsewhere.
they turned it off if I go back.
Yeah. So do you have any ideas what those mean?
No.
Think about it now. The letter L and the letter R.
Left, right.
Left, right.
So left, left, right. Left, right, left.
And what? So that's what, 6 things?
Yeah.
Now go back to the showers.
Over here.
Let's look around here and see if there's 6 of anything.
These and these.
Well, no, I would consider them separate.
These.
Looks like it, right?
Left, left, right. Oh, wait, sorry.
You might need to click on them. I don't know if we're like actually... Oh, we can manipulate them. Okay. So do you want to do what it said up there?
Oh, okay. So left, left, right, left, right, left.
Well, I did what I said on the wall. I wonder if it actually did anything. Hey, this drain's acting up. What the hell did you do? I just messed with the valves a little. Nothing big.
I didn't even need to take a picture. I remember just.
Yeah, well, I just taught you. Yeah,
Get the key
it was just
code.
safety. There must be water flowing through the pipe on the right. There's water pouring out of the drain. Look, we got the Lotus card! Yay!
You haven't used the toilet paper or the bucket or the mop yet.
That's true. Well, you just went past June's.
Oh,
That-
sorry. It's a symbol of the thing.
There was an elevator right outside of the big hospital room. I think that same symbol was on the card reader next to it.
Oh, that's right.
I guess that means we're not supposed to use this card in this room.
Do you really think so? You don't think maybe we need it for this room and for the elevator?
You get what she's hinting at.
To use it on this.
Yeah.
Great job, Jumpy. Both of the lights are now on. Now we just need to put in the password.
Why did you get so grumpy, Sophie?
Because she had a serious face on.
Yeah, but you don't usually do that even when she's like grumpy looking. So now we need to solve the last problem here. There's water flowing out of the drain where we found the key card.
Trying to mop it up. Okay, never mind.
Okay, so should we try... Maybe like we're meant to just try it right now. Combine the toilet paper with the broom. You know, if you look at it real close, you can see it's got these lines cut in it that kind of spiral up the shaft. Oh, it might already be on there. What if I wrap the toilet paper around the broom?
Broom wrapped in toilet paper.
Oh, so you wrap the toilet paper around the broom, huh? Looks like the symbols line up perfectly. It says 634 plus.
Okay, but what's the bucket for?
The bucket is for something. Because if I recall correctly, there's a third part to that equation. Now, I'm trying to remember off the top of my head what to do with the bucket. What happens if you use the bucket with the shower? Like, does it...
Oh, I think. Oh, this is hot water, doesn't it?
Maybe I can use the shower head to fill
And then
the
I
bucket
have to
with
use it to melt off the sticky blue stuff.
Yeah, I think that's how it works. Hey, Seven, could you turn on the shower? I'm gonna put the bucket under the head. Ah, okay, sure thing. So now we got a bucket filled with hot water, and of course, what are we gonna do with said bucket?
Go over to the toilet.
Yep, and we're gonna clean that toilet up.
So, no, who's the first door?
I don't think it... Was it this one? Oh, it was. Okay. There's something that looks like tar inside the toilet bowl. If I flush the hot water from the bucket, that should clean it up. Oh, so wait, we gotta put in the cistern first. Alright, so I just pour the hot water into this tank, and... It's like you filled it. Now you should be able to flush it, right? There's probably a handle somewhere on the tank that you can pull. You think so? Serious? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Some pipes. They're connected to the tank on the toilet. Alright, let's flush the hot water. Well, there it goes. Just just like a toilet should work.
Oh, 185.
So now you're getting. Well, yeah, that's fair. So we need to do our math.
Oh,
now.
actually, it's all plus, isn't it? So actually,
Yeah.
clear 185.
Oh, you're doing the math on your phone, are you?
Yeah. 957. 634. 1,776.
Okay, do you want to try that?
Yeah, because they're all pluses, so it actually didn't matter what order I put them in.
Correct. I think I just do this in my head whenever I did it. Or I wrote it down and did the line thing. I'm not sure. I can't remember if I actually wrote it down. Both lights are on. We should be able to enter the password now. But with the E and C keys, I think we can guess what, yeah. Enter and clear. I think that's pretty obvious, Junpei.
Santa said that.
So after you put in the password, hit E. Wait, you're saying Santa was the one who asked if it was E and C.
Oh, maybe.
I thought it was Junpei who said it. If you screw it up, hit C. Yeah, he's explaining it, isn't
Oh,
he?
true. 1776.
Fantastic. So now guess what?
We escaped the room.
We found it!
Yay! We did it!
That was a Dora Explorer reference, wasn't it?
Yes.